All right. So good evening again. Hello, this is Fritz, and I'm with Access Directories and Travel Services. We would like to thank you for this opportunity to present about studying and working in Canada. And congratulations, Nadine, because I understand this is the first step of achieving your Canadian dream. Now, tonight, we've invited everyone because we believe that you're looking for an opportunity, right? There's a lot of opportunities, or a lot of ways rather, to achieve your Canadian dream. And one of that is through the study pathway. And we've also invited a very special guest speaker tonight, our partner school representative, to share about the programs that are being offered, as well as the requirements that are needed to get accepted. And also, we'll definitely set a time to answer questions from you guys. So please prepare them. You can write them down, or you can actually use a chat box, so Zoom, so that later on we can be able to read and answer those. And if you are not too shy to ask questions directly, please go ahead and just easily unmute your mic. And what else? I think that's it. Without further ado, I'd like to ask your individual attention now as we call on Miss Lobi Milyama. She's the country representative for Flemming College. Hi, Miss Lobi. Good evening po.
Hi, friends. Bakit blooming ka today?
New
O,
haircut
diba?
lang.
Hindi nga, tsaka pumapayat ang ating
Mm,
friends.
Hindi, angle lang yan po. Angle lang
Oh,
din yan.
beach body, o, diba? So, I'm sharing my screen right now, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. You can turn off. Okay, so, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. My name is Lobby. I'm the country representative of Flemming College, Toronto. Okay? So, bago ko introduce ang aking eskwelahan, let me introduce to you my company. Alam niyo po, ang Global University System, may-ari ito ng maraming eskwelahan sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo. Sa sobrang daming school namin, nasa 100,000 plus na ang mga estudyante na nag-aaral sa aming mga school na galing sa 150 plus na bansa. So, daig pa namin ang Miss Universe, di ba? Mas marami kami mga estudyante sa aming mga school. So, ganyan ka-global ang Global University System. Okay. So, ito lahat ng mga eskwelahan ng Global University System sa buong mundo. Sa United Kingdom, marami kaming school doon. Ang isa sa mga school namin, University of Law. Alam niyo ba yung University of Law, yan ang pinakamatandang law school sa buong mundo. At syempre, proud na proud kami na parte siya ng Gas family. We have schools in Germany, Hong Kong, Singapore, gusto mo mag-India, saka Israel, at saka Ireland, may mga school kami doon. And let's go to Canada, ang paboritong study destination ng mga international students ngayon. We have University Canada West na nasa Vancouver, Toronto School of Management na nasa Ontario. Ito ha, kung gusto nyo ng pinakamababang tuition fee sa Toronto, ako, mag-Toronto School of Management tayo. Meron kaming tawag dito, eskwelahan sa Montreal, we call it the Trebas Institute, at ang Canadian College of Technologies and Business. If you wanted the lowest tuition fee pagdating sa buong Canada to ha, Canadian College of Technologies and Business yan. So get in touch with tawag dito, Access Direct regarding this one. Okay? So ito yung apat na eskwelahan na hinahawakan ko for Global University System. Toronto School of Management, Trebas Institute, Canadian College of Technologies and Business, at of course, ang Flemming College Toronto na ipepresent ko ngayong gabi na to. Okay? Okay. Dahil sa napakalaking mga scholarship, mga tao dito, promotions na binibigay namin sa mga Pilipino na ito, sa mga Pilipino, itong apat na eskwelahan na yan na may pinakamababang tuition fee sa buong Canada. Again, the lowest tuition fee in Canada. Kung gusto nyong makatipid ng 40% to 80% compare sa ibang eskwelahan sa Canada, itong apat na schools po ang pwede niyong lapitan, and of course an Access Direct na ang dami na pong napadala ng mga estudyante sa aming mga school. So, under the Global University System. Ang goal kasi ng Global University System or GOS we wanted to make it possible na mga ordinaryong Pilipino na tayong masang Pilipino, we could be able to achieve our Canadian dreams na hindi mo kailangan mabaon sa utang, hindi mo kailangan magbenta ng mga properties mo o maubos yung mga ipon natin. So, kayang-kaya nyo ang aming tuition fees. Okay? So, huwag kayong bibitaw para malaman nyo kung how affordable it is at ano ba ang makikita, ano ba may mga benefits na makikita nyo sa ating mga schools. Okay? Let's go to Flemming College, Toronto. Your Flemming, your future, yan po ang aming shout out for Flemming. Okay? So about Flemming College, alam nyo ba, yung Flemming College has been in the industry since the 1960s. So matanda na po si Flemming College, okay? It was named after Sir Sanford Fleming. Si Fleming na yan. Siya yung gumawa ng Universal Standard Time, 'di ba? Kaya yung oras sa Canada, sa Amerika, sa Europe ay iba sa oras natin. So si Sir Sanford po ang may kasalanan niyan. So the college is named after him. So bakit ba kayo mag-aaral sa aming school? Isa talagang bentahe ng Fleming College ay ang aming employer satisfaction rating. Imagine 92.9% po ang aming employer satisfaction rating. So, ibig sabihin nito, pagka-graduate mo, hindi ka mahihirapan makahanap ng trabaho. Kasi alam ng mga employer natin na quality graduate ka. Kasi nga, di ba, graduate ka sa Fleming College. So, hindi ka mahihirapan makahanap ng trabaho na yan. Currently, may mga 7,000 full-time students kami, 10,000 part-time students. So, ang dami namin part-time students. Sa Canada kasi, ang inaalaw lang na mag-part-time students ay actually yung mga Canadian. So, ang dami namin mga Canadians na nag-aaral sa aming mga schools. Ang dami ho namin napag-graduate na rin, nasa 74,000 na siya. So imagine, ang dami ho mga Canadians na nag-aral sa aming mga school. Kasi nga yung school namin, isa kami sa mga colleges na pinagkakatiwalaan ng mga local. So hindi yung mga katulad ng iba, di ba? Ng mga school na mga foreigners lang, hindi po. Kami po, even the local, natangkilik po kasi nga isa kami sa one of the most trusted institutions when it comes to Canada. Okay. So, yung Fleming College, nasa probinsya siya ng Ontario. Okay. The province of Ontario. Apat po yung campus namin dyan sa Ontario na yan. We got Haliburton, Lindsay, Peterborough, at saka ang Toronto campus. Ang hawak ko po for Fleming College ay ang Toronto campus. So, i-explain ko sa inyo bakit napaka-importante na sa Toronto kayo mag-aral ha. Okay. So, ano ba yung mga tawag dito? Yung Fleming College Toronto, it's a partnership between Fleming College and Trebas Institute. So, ginawa namin yung mga pinakamagagandang mga programs nila ng Fleming College, nilagay namin sa aming campus sa Trebas Institute because it's one of the schools of tawag dito Global University System. But again, the degree, yung mga tawag dito professors and the certificates, lahat po si Fleming yan. So, ang ginawa namin, four of the most tawag dito popular programs pagdating sa business, nilagay namin yan dun sa amin. Kinuha namin yan sa Toronto campus. So we're the one managing that. Gaano ba ka-importante itong Fleming College na to? Ano ba yung mga benefits na makukuha mo dyan? Isa sa pinagmamalaki namin about our school, of course, yung quality kami, di ba? Pangalawa, para sa mga international student, eligible po ang mga programa namin to postgraduate work permit. Yung PGWP na tinatawag natin. So ano ba yung postgraduate work permit na yan? Mag-aaral ka sa amin ng isang taon, 2 taon, okay? For 1 year, kung mag-aaral ka ng isang taon sa amin, bibigyan ka ng Canada na isang taon pa after you graduated, 'di ba? 1+1, isang taon na aral, bibigyan ka ng Canada hanggang isang taon para makapagtrabaho ng full-time doon or to get a Canadian work experience. What if 2 taon ka mag-aral sa aming mga school or you get the 2-year program? Bibigyan ka po ng Canada ng 2 to 3 years na postgraduate work permit. So, ibig sabihin yan, pagka-graduate mo, bibigyan ka ng work permit in order to stay in Canada ng 2 to 3 years. Yan yung PGWP na tinatawag natin. So, you gain a Canadian work experience. So, kung 2 taon ka mag-aral, 3 taon ka pwede magtrabaho ng full-time. So, ang visa natin, 5 taon. Ang maganda dito, kaya ka kailangan ng makapagtrabaho dun sa Canada, you need a Canadian work experience pagka-graduate mo in order to apply for a permanent resident sa Canada. So, kailangan makapagtrabaho ka na at least isang taon, di ba? So, you could apply for a permanent resident sa Canada. So, ano ba yung permanent resident na yan? yan yung parang green card ng Amerika. Okay, green card sa Amerika, sa Canada, ang tawag dyan is permanent resident. So you could be able to apply for the permanent resident kung may 1 year work experience ka na at na-meet mo na ang mga immigration points na nire-required ng kanilang gobyerno. Okay? At ang maganda pa dito, kung meron kang asawa, kasal kayo, you're in a same-sex relationship, magka-live-in kayo, alam mo ba na pwede mong dalahin ang asawa mo sa Canada? At ang maganda dito, hindi niya kailangan mag-aral. Magtatrabaho lang siya. Kung ang visa mo ay 5 taon, 5 taon din siya na pwede magtrabaho ng full-time doon. So, dalawa kayong kumakayod kasi ikaw, habang nag-aaral ka, you could be able to work part-time, di ba? 20 hours a week. Pag bakasyon mo, you could be able to work full-time, which is 40 hours a week. So, dito, yung ikaw nag-aaral, trabaho. Yung asawa po natin, naku, trabaho lang siya. Okay, naka-full-time siya doon. So, yung ating partner could develop career diyan sa Canada na yan. At kung meron ho tayong mga chikiting, mga chikiting, di ba, mga minor kids na yan o mga dependent kids, alam niyo ba na pwede niyo silang dalahin diyan sa Canada na yan? Okay, yes, pwede mo silang dalhin, di ba? And they could enjoy free education diyan sa Canada. Imagine, mag-aaral po yung mga anak natin on the best educational system pagdating sa buong mundo. Si Canada po kasi yung educational system nila, yan po yung ginagaya-gaya ng mga iba't ibang bansa sa buong mundo. So yan po yung mga benefits ng mga may postgraduate work permit. 2 taon ka mag-aaral, di ba? Bibigyan ka ng Canadian government hanggang 3 taon in order to stay there so you could be able to work full-time. May 1 year work experience ka, you could apply for a permanent resident. Yung asawa natin, pwede natin isama at pwede sila magtrabaho ng full-time for 5 years kung 5 taon na magiging visa mo doon. Yung mga anak natin could enjoy free education at madadala mo po siya sa Canada. Okay. So bakit ho ba tayo mag-aaral sa Toronto compare sa ibang eskwelahan dyan sa Canada? Okay. Isa ho sa bigyan ko lang kayo ng konting trivia, okay, regarding Toronto and of course Canada. Okay. According to studies, 96% daw ng mga international students ngayon, again, 96% ng mga international students ngayon, ang kanilang paboritong study destination si Canada. Hindi na si Amerika, hindi na si UK. Alam nyo, kasi mas maraming benefits ang pagiging international student sa Canada compare sa mga bansa na nabanggit ko niyan. Tapos gumawa din ng studies ang immigration ng Canada. According to studies na 'to, 60% daw ng mga international students, again, 60% ng mga international student na nag-aaral na sa Canada o nasa Canada na, gusto na daw nila maging permanent resident do'n o magkaroon ng parang green card, green card. Alam niyo, ang kakaiba sa Canada and one of the biggest benefits is welcome na welcome po ang Canadian government na maging permanent resident kayo do'n, okay? So, wini-welcome nila kayo diyan, okay? At kailangan kasi nila ng mga manpower. So, that's the biggest difference. Hindi katulad sa ibang bansa na tinataboy po tayo, 'di ba, pauwi pag-aaral mo, naku, uwi ka na. Dito hindi, you have a chance to become a permanent resident there. Okay, pumunta tayo sa Toronto kung nasaan ang ating eskwelahan, ang Flemming College Toronto. Yung Toronto po, pagdating sa bayan na mayaman, pinakamaunlad, pinakamatatag ang ekonomiya, si Toronto po yan sa buong Canada. Milya-milya po ang layo ng Toronto ng pagiging mayaman nito at pagiging tatag na matatag na ekonomiya compare sa ibang lugar dyan sa Canada. Okay? So, sa sobrang yaman ng bayan na ito, alam nyo ba, kinoconsider siya as one of the most superpowers na city. Pang-apat siya sa buong mundo na napakalaki ang impluwensya when it comes to the global economy. Ganyan po kabigat ang Toronto when it comes to the global scale. So bakit ko po ba dinidiscuss yung economy na yan, di ba? Yung mga financial business, Kasi nga siyempre, mayaman na bayan, matatag yung ekonomiya, di ba? Ibig sabihin yan, maraming trabaho na available para sa atin. According to studies nga, okay? Parang 73% of new jobs created every year sa buong Canada. Again, 73% ng mga bagong trabaho na nake-create taon-taon sa buong Canada nasa Toronto. Yung 27% na natitira, pinaghahatian na yan ng iba't ibang bayan dyan sa Canada. Kaya yung mga estudyante namin nasa Toronto, wala pang tawag dito, Wala pang isang linggo pagdating nila sa Canada, may mga trabaho ng available para sa kanila. So bakit ba gustong-gustong study destinations or even migration destinations ang Toronto? Another thing is, it's one of the most safest environment in the whole world. And of course, it is considered as one of the most world livable city. Yung kanilang transportation, talagang iiyak ka, di ba? Kung i-compare mo sa atin, ang kanilang education system, ang kanilang healthcare system. Alam natin, universal healthcare sila doon. So again, kahit na wala kang trabaho, meron ka pa ring insurance o may healthcare ka. 'Di ba, sa kanilang gobyerno na hinahanap-hanap natin ngayon, okey. Pero itong huli ang sa tingin ko ang napakaimportante sa lahat, napaka-extremely multicultural ng lugar na ito. Alam niyo wala silang pakialam sa itsura natin, sa lahi natin, sa kulay natin, matangos ba yung ilong natin o hindi. Para sa kanila, lahat ng tao ay pantay-pantay, ang karapatan mo, karapatan ng iba, 'di ba, karapatan ng lahat, okey? Hindi katulad sa ibang bansa na pinupuntahan natin mga Pilipino, ang trato sa atin do'n second class, third class citizen. Kahit anong kembot ang gawin mo nga, hindi ka nga puwede maging permanent resident sa mga lugar na 'yan. Hindi po ganyan sa Toronto, hindi po ganyan sa Canada. Dahil nga ito ang yung tinatawag natin na, tawag dito, the world's one of the most world's livable city, ang Toronto po, yan po ang paboritong migration destinations ng mga kababayan natin ng Pilipino. Ang pinakamadaming Filipino community sa buong Canada, nasa Toronto po. Ang population po ng Toronto is 2.9 million, okay? Pero sa 2.9 million na yun, 300,000 of those or 11% of the population, mga kababayan natin. Kaya nga kada isang lingon mo do'n, may makikita kang mga kababayan do'n. So again, kaya kayo, pick the right place, 'di ba? Maraming trabaho, mayaman, maraming mga benefits. Toronto po 'yan pagdating diyan sa Canada. Marami kaming programa sa Flemming College, okay? Sa Flemming College Toronto, we're offering these 4 programs. Mga graduate certificate po, 3 programang ino-offer namin. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng graduate certificate na yan? Yung graduate certificate, ibig sabihin nito, ito yung mga kailangan ang kumuha nito ay yung mga bachelor degree holder. Kaya kung bachelor degree holder ka, ito yung perfect na perfect sa'yo. Para ka na dito nag-masteral kasi nagta-top up ka ng mga skills mo, di ba? Global Business Management po, it's a 2-year program. So ang postgraduate work permit nito hanggang 3 taon. 2 years program. Meron ho kami supply chain management or global logistic na tinatawag natin. Ito 1-year program po, okay? Tapos may project management tayo na which is perfect for everyone kahit anong background mo, project management, 1 year. Kung kukuha ka ng 1 year, 1 year din postgraduate work permit mo. Pero kung gusto mong maging 2 to 3 years, ang PGWP natin, kumuha muna kayo ng project management. Pagkatapos mo ng project management, kumuha kayo ng supply chain management. So magiging hanggang 3 taon, 2 to 3 years ang ating PGWP. What if naman, high school graduate ka, di ba? Kung K-12 graduate ka o kaya graduate ka ng old curriculum, may at least 2 years college ka, puwede kang kumuha ng business diploma namin. So again, sa mga bagong graduate diyan ng mga K-12, ito po yung puwede niyong kuhanin. Diploma in Business, it's a 2 years program. So ang postgraduate work permit nito is 2 to 3 years, okay? So, meron ako sa inyong good news. Meron ho kaming malaking scholarship na binibigay sa mga Filipino ngayon, ang Fleming College Toronto. We're giving 6,000 scholarship for the 2-year program, 3,000 for our 1-year program. Okay? Tapos per semester po, meron kayo 1,500 Canadian dollars. Dahil sa scholarship na to, kami po ang may pinakamurang tuition fee pagdating dyan sa City of Toronto. Again, the lowest tuition fee in the City of Toronto. Tawag dito, wala ko kayo makikita niya ganyan kababa. Kaya please take advantage of this scholarship ha. At ang bonggang-bongga sa scholarship na to, hindi mo po kailangan na mataas ang grades mo, 'di ba? Tawag dito, hindi mo kailangan maging summa cum laude ka, magna cum laude. Kailangan lang po maging Filipino citizen kayo o may Filipino passport kayo kasi nga it's a citizenship-based scholarship. So, hindi kailangan medyo matalino tayo, 'di ba? Kailangan lang po ay maging Filipino citizen tayo, okay? So, let's go to our business program. Alam niyo, ang maganda dito sa mga business program na 'to, kahit ano ang background mo, puwede ka sa business program. Bakit? Okay. Kahit na nasa healthcare ka, IT ka, engineer ka, puwedeng-puwede ka sa business program. Lahat kasi ng mga kumpanya na pinapasukan mo nga, ospital 'yan, pharmacy, engineering firm, IT firm, lahat po 'yan negosyo, 'di ba? Lahat kailangan kumita ng pera para may pangsuweldo sa inyo. At again, kung gusto mong tumaas ang posisyon mo sa mga kumpanya na 'yan, 'di ba, maging supervisor ka, manager, pati na presidente, kailangan mo ng business skills. Kasi nga humahawak ka ng tao, at humahawak ka ng negosyo, 'di ba? Kaya kailangan natin ng management skills. So business is perfect for everyone. And another thing, tayo mga Pilipino, mahilig tayo mag-sidelang o we are pretty much ang entrepreneur, 'di ba? Entrepreneur ang tawag natin diyan. So again, nagma-mind-mind ka sa Facebook, 'di ba? Nagsi-sideline ka, nagbabayad ka ng kung ano-ano diyan. Lahat 'yan negosyo at lahat tayo may karapatan magnegosyo, kaya lahat tayo may karapatan kumuha ng business program na 'to. 2 taon po 'tong programa na ito, 'di ba? It's a 2-year program tapos 4 na semester po siya. So, puwede ho kayo sa'min mag-apply ng September, ng January intake, at saka ng May intake. So, 3 po yung intake namin sa isang taon. Dahil sa scholarship po namin, ang tuition fee na lang namin is nasa 15,000 a year. Actually, 14,900 Canadian dollars plus na lang ang aming tuition fee. At ang maganda po diyan all in na yun, all in. Kasama na po dun ang 1-year health insurance niyo, kasama na yung miscellaneous fees. Yung ibang eskwelahan sasabihin nila medyo madaya, "Oh, 16,000 ang tuition fee namin o 17,000." Pero hindi pa ho kasama yung miscellaneous fees, mga nasa 3,000 po yun. Hindi pa ho kasama yung health insurance, mga nasa 1,000 Canadian dollars yun. So, aabot ka rin po ng mga 18 or to 21,000 Canadian dollars. Kami po 15, all in na po yan per year, 'di ba? So sa 2 taon po, 2 years program po is nasa 30,000 tayo, okey? So magkano ba yung sweldo ng mga business managers diyan sa Canada kung kukuha ka ng business? Ang pinakamababa na puwede mong, swelduhin is nasa 41,000. Pero karamihan po, ang sweldo dito is nasa 69,000 Canadian dollars, mga 70,000 Canadian dollars. At tumataas po 'to hanggang 104,000 Canadian dollars in a year. Mga 4 na milyong piso, lampas 4 na milyong piso ang puwedeng kitain dito sa isang taon. Okay. Ang tuition fee ho natin for 2 years, 2 taon po, is 30,000. Yan po yung total na babayaran natin sa tuition fee. Kasi 15,000 more or less in a year yan, okay? Ang pinaka-average salary dun sa Canada is nasa 68,000, 'di ba? For mga business graduate, 68. So, ibig sabihin nito, isang taon ka palang nag-aaral at nagtatrabaho, pagka-graduate mo, 2 beses mo nang nabawi ang tuition fee mo. Okay, so isang taon palang trabaho, bawi mo na yung ginastos mo sa 2 taon na yan sa isang tuition fee. Bibigyan ka ng Canada ng 3 taon, 'di ba? Canada will give you up to 3 years in order to work there, okay, no full-time after you graduated. Puwede kang kumita dun ng 206,000 Canadian dollars. Imagine, 206,000 Canadian dollars sa 3 taon na, magtatrabaho ka ng full-time after you graduated. Mga nasa 8.3 million pesos ang puwede mong kitain sa 3 taon na 'yan. Ibig sabihin na 'yan, yung 30,000 na 'yan, ilang beses mo na nabawi 'yan, 'di ba? Yung mga ginastos mo sa pag-process ng visa mo, yung eroplano mo, bahay mo, pagkain mo dun, transportation mo, nabawi mo lahat 'yan, kumita ka pa ng milyones. So, ibig sabihin nito walang talo, lahat ng ginastos mo nabawi natin, 'di ba? And the most beautiful thing about this is yung possibility nga na puwede kang maging permanent resident dun sa Canada, basta ma-meet mo lang yung mga immigration points na nire-required ng kanilang gobyerno. Yan po yung ating one of the biggest bonus. Ito pa, okey, lahat na ng gastos, sa sweldo mo pa lang nabawi mo na lahat ng ginastos mo. So, walang talo. You get an international recognized diploma, explore mo na yung opportunities sa Canada, nagpagulong-gulong na tayo sa snow, 'di ba? Nakagawa ka na ng snowman na hindi mo magagawa dito sa atin. Kumita ka pa ng milyones, okey? At ikaw pa lang 'yan. What if kasama mo yung asawa mo, okey? Ibig sabihin niyan, siya po 5 taon siya puwedeng magtrabaho ng full-time. So, ibig sabihin nun baka mas malaki pa yung kikitain nila kaysa sa'yo. Gawin na lang natin pareho na lang yung kita niyo. Kung dalawa kayong kumikita diyan sa Canada, 'di ba, siya 5 taon nga siya nagtatrabaho ng full-time, sabihin mo na lang 8 million din ang puwede niyong kitain, 'di ba? kayong dalawa, ang combined earning niyo o combined kita niyo is nasa 16 million pesos sa 5 taon na nasa Canada kayo. Imagine 6 million, 16 million pesos. Nagka-career na kayo dun dalawa mag-asawa, nadala pa natin yung mga anak natin, nakakuha ka pa ng international recognized diploma, 'di ba? Explore mo pa yung mga opportunities doon and the possibility na maging permanent resident kayo sa Canada. Kumita pa kayo ng milyones. So wala pang talo, 'di ba? Everything is tawag dito, parang for your advantages. Yan. So again, so please take a look at this one para ma-map nyo ang inyong mga future. Okay? So pumunta naman tayo sa Global Business Management. Nako, itong Global Business Management, one of the highest paying jobs dyan sa Canada. Global Business Management, international business lang yan, di ba? So ibig sabihin yan, international market, yung i-handle dito. Bakit ka sikat na sikat ngayon? Kasi nga, di ba, it's a borderless world. Basta may visa ka, makakapunta ka na, may work permit ka, puwede ka na magtrabaho kung saan-saan. Tandaan niyo ngayon, 'di ba, yung mga Shopee natin, yung mga Lazada natin, nanggaling na yung mga produkto natin sa China, nanggaling na sa Korea, minsan sa Japan, minsan sa Malaysia, 'di ba? It's a global world at yan po ang hinahanap-hanap ng industriya, okey. 2 taon po yung programa na ito, okey. 4 na semester po siya at ang tuition fee ho namin magkano, nasa 15,000 din sa isang taon, net of scholarship. So again, all in na yun 1 year health insurance, okey. Tapos kasama na diyan yung lahat ng miscellaneous fees, okey. Tapos pati yung tuition fee niyo nga for 1 year, ganyan kababa po ang aming tuition. Kaya take advantage of the scholarship that we're giving the Filipinos right now, okay? So magkano ba yung kita nito pagdating diyan sa Canada? Nasa 87,000 Canadian dollars po per year. So yun yung average nila. Pinakamababa nito mga nasa 50,000 yung puwede mong kitain. And it could go as high as 150,000, 155,000 Canadian dollars. Mga 6 na milyon piso ang puwedeng kitain sa isang taon. The highest salary, 'di ba? Yan po siya, okay? So, magkano ba yung ating, tuition fee dito? 30,000 for 2 years. Ang puwede mong, kitain or the average salary for 1 year is 87,000. So, halos 3 beses mo nang nabawi yung tuition fee mo, 'di ba, na for 2 years na 'yan, na isang taon ka pa lang nagtatrabaho. Ang potential earnings mo sa 3 taon na nagtatrabaho ka do'n after you graduated, 261,000 Canadian dollars. Mga nasa 10.5 million pesos po 'yan. Imagine 10.5 million pesos ang puwede mong kitain sa 5 taon sa 3 taon na nasa Canada ka, na nagtatrabaho ng full-time. Oo pa lang yan, okey? What if isama mo yung asawa mo, sabihin mo kumita nga siya ng mga 8 million. So kayong dalawa, 'di ba, ang combined earning natin it's more or less nasa 18 million pesos sa 5 taon na nasa Canada kayo. So again, lahat ng nagastos natin nabawi natin, 'di ba? Bahay, pagkain, transportation, pati eroplano yung papunta doon, pati yung ating mga tawag dito, pinangbayad mo sa visa na yan o pagpa-process na yan, nabawi mo siya, kumita pa po kayo. So wala ho talaga siyang talo, okay? Let's go to supply chain management. It's a 1 year program, global logistic. Pero alam niyo ba, itong supply chain management na 'to, isa 'to sa pinaka-in-demand na trabaho hindi lang sa Canada but sa buong mundo. You know, one of the biggest reasons bakit ang taas ng mga presyo ng bilihin ngayon, kasi nga ang gulo ng supply chain natin sa buong mundo, 'di ba? So hindi siya nakakarating sa oras, kasi nga short na short sila when it comes to manpower. At ganyan po din sa Canada. Naku, ang dami kong hinahanap diyan na may supply chain management. Kasi nga, kakaunti lang ho yung may experience under supply chain. And another thing, kakaunting school lang ho ang nag-o-offer ng mga supply chain na yan. Sa Pilipinas nga, parang isa o dalawa lang yata ang may offer ng mga logistic. Okay. And what's so beautiful about supply chain management ng Flemming College, kami lang ho yung may program na localized for the Canadian logistics. So imagine, kami lang ho yung nagtuturo ng gano'n. So kaya one of the reasons why na isa ho kami sa pinakamaraming estudyante when it comes to supply chain management. Okay. So magkano ba yung tuition fee natin? Nasa 16,000 siya in a year. Medyo mahal to ng mga 1,000 Kasi yung supply chain management, meron silang associations, okay? You have to pay for the association fees na mga nasa 1,000 Canadian dollars. So 16,000 siya ang tuition fee natin per year. Okay? So magkano ba yung sweldo ng mga to? Nasa 80,000 Canadian dollars po sa isang taon. Alam mo, hanapin yung huto sa ano sa pay scale, okay? Usually nasa pay scale yung mga sweldo ng mga to. It's for you to check kung magkano ba yung mga sweldo dyan sa mga industries na yan. Okay? So, tuition fee mo sa isang taon is 16,000, di ba? Ang average salary ho natin is nasa 80,000 sa isang taon. So imagine ilang beses mo na nabawi itong ano na to, di ba? Itong binayad mo sa tuition fee na yan, isang taon ka pa lang nagtatrabaho. Nasa 3.2 million pesos yan sa isang taon na pwede mong kitain. Sa 3 taon na nagtatrabaho ka ng full-time after you graduated, 9.6 million pesos ang earnings natin. So again, nakakapagpagawa ka na ng bahay sa pamilya natin sa Pilipinas, nagala mo na buong Canada na yan, di ba? Pati America, you could be able to go and explore Europe. So you got the money for it, di ba? So ito yung mga benefits nyo. And again, the possibility nga na kayong isang buong pamilya ay maging permanent resident sa Canada. At tandaan nyo nga, sweldo mo pa lang yan, hindi pa kasama ang sweldo ng asawa natin. Let's go to project management. Ako, paborito ko tong programa na ito. Alam mo, ito yung programa na kahit ano talagang industriya, pwedeng-pwede ka. Kasi lahat ng industriya kailangan ng mga project management kasi management skill yan, di ba? Ang project manager. Paano mga maayos yung project mo on time, di ba, efficiently. So yan yung project management. So kahit na nurse ka, kahit na tawag dito, traffic enforcer ka o kung sino-sino ka dyan, pwede kang kumuha ng project management. So pag sinabi nila, ay, teacher ako, ano bang programa na pwede kong kuhanin? Project management. Engineer ako, ano ba yung programa ko? Project management, di ba? Tawag dito, nurse ako, ano ba yung pwedeng kuhanin? O doktor ako, mag-project management kayo kasi it fits everyone profile. Isang taon ho itong programa na ito. It's a one-year program. Ang tuition fee ho natin, net of scholarship, kasama na siya, nasa 15,000 Canadian dollars po in a year. Again, kami ang may pinakamurang project management pagdating dyan sa Toronto na yan. Kaya love na love ko itong programa na ito. So magkano ba yung sweldo nito? Nasa 76 o sabihin mo ng 77,000 Canadian dollars a year and it could go as high as 100,000 Canadian dollars. Magkano yung tuition fee natin? 15,000 po sa isang taon. Mga tawag dito, per semester is 8,000, second semester mga nasa 7,000 yan. Okay. So 76,000 ang iyong average salary in a year. So imagine niyo ha, isang taon pa lang kayo nagtatrabaho, ilang beses nyo nabawi yung tuition fee nyo. More or less, nasa 3.1 million pesos ang pwede natin kitain. Sa 3 year salary natin, nasa 9.3 million pesos ang potential earnings natin. Sa'yo pa lang yan, hindi kasama yung sweldo ng asawa mo, okay, di ba? So again, so sabi ko nga sa inyo, lahat ng nagastos natin, nabawi natin. Sa Pilipinas, medyo mahirap tayong kitain yan, no, na salary, di ba? Yung sa salary lang natin. Sa Canada, kayang-kaya nyo pa. At tandaan nyo ha, average salary pa yan, hindi pa yung mga pinakamataas na sweldo. Okay. So, paano ba yung tuition fee payment namin dito? Sa amin kasi, diretso na tayo sa LOA, sa letter of acceptance, okay? Pag nakakuha ho kayo ng letter of acceptance sa amin, okay, mag-submit ho kayo sa amin ng dokumento nyo, di ba? I-assess namin yan. Sasabihin ko sa inyo what are the documents that you need to submit later. I-assess namin yan. Pag nakapasa kayo sa assessment namin, bibigyan namin kayo ng letter of acceptance. Yung letter of acceptance na yan po ang ipapakita natin sa immigration ng Canada na kayo ay tinatanggap namin as international students. Okay. So, kailan ka magbabayad ng tuition fee? As soon as you get your letter of acceptance, bibigyan ho namin kayo ng hanggang 4 na buwan to settle your fees. 4 na buwan once you receive the LOA. Yung deadline po nakalagay sa letter of acceptance natin. So you have 4 months to settle. Kung ako sa inyo, pwede muna kayo magbayad ng 4,000, di ba? Pagka mag-lodge na kayo ng visa with 4,000, pag nakapasa kayo, bayaran nyo na lang yung remaining balance. So kailangan po nakabayad kayo ng isang semester. At lahat po ng public school sa Canada is required is at least you have to pay 1 semester or 1 year. Sa amin ho, 1 semester lang ang nire-require namin. Okay? So ang gaan po sa bulsa natin. Ano ba yung mga admission requirements na kailangan nyo i-submit? Para ho sa ating tawag dito, tawag dito, mga high school graduate, K-12 graduate, kailangan po namin ng inyong high school diploma. Para naman sa mga bachelor degree holder o kukuha ng mga graduate certificates na ito, kailangan mo namin ng diploma mo, ng DOR mo, ng inyong tawag dito, ng inyong college, di ba? And of course, para hindi ho tayo mag-IELTS, di ba? Ah, hihingi po kami sa inyo ng Certificate of English as a Medium of Instructions or MOI. Ano ba yung Certificate of English as a Medium of Instructions na yan or MOI? Kinder, elementary, high school, hanggang mag-PhD ho tayo sa Pilipinas, ang ginagamit na pagtuturo sa atin is English. Ang mga libro natin ay English, di ba? So, ang ginawa ho namin, magre-request lang ho kami sa inyo na kumuha kayo ng MOI o the Certificate of English as a medium of instruction sa inyong mga school. Okay, as a proof na ang ginamit na pagtuturo sa inyo ay English. Okay, lahat ho ng eskwelahan nagbibigay ng ganyan. Okay, sa mga school dito sa atin sa Pilipinas. Ang mura lang ho niya, may 50 pesos lang, may 300 pesos, ang pinakamahal. Marami hong eskwelahan, libre ho sila. Okay, hindi kayo kailangan magbayad para hindi na ho kayo kumuha ng IELTS exam na yan. Okay. So ano ba yung mga dokumento na kailangan mong ipasa sa amin? Passport po, we need your passport. Kailangan namin ng diploma, EOR, at of course, a medium of instructions na galing sa inyo mga school. So that ends my presentation. I'm turning you over to Access Direct.
All right. So thank you so much, Ms. Lobi. So I think, in terms of the presentation, everything is clear. But for us who are joining the webinar tonight, if there are any clarifications po, may mga katanungan po kayo with regards to the programs, with regards to kung paano yung processing, please go ahead and ask questions. This is the right time to ask questions, guys. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are not too shy to ask questions directly, you can just unmute the mic and speak up. But if you're too shy, meron po tayong chat box dito. You can go ahead and chat your questions para mabasa ko and sagot ang mga katanungan tonight. So who wants to ask first? Okay, so while you are trying to come up with a question, I just like to parang highlight yung na-discuss ni Ms. Lobi kanina in terms of the programs, and this is also one of my favorite, no, Ms. Lobi, like what you said, the project management, because it's very flexible, no matter what industry you're in, mapa nurse ka man, mapa engineer, an architect, teacher, you can't go wrong with project management because this is a management program. So number one, if there are what do you call this? If you're looking for a higher position, then you can be able to use this program. Later on, if you wanted also to parang open up or open your own business, then this is also very useful, diba? So for us tonight na mga guests, if there are any clarifications again sa mga programs na gusto ninyo, you can speak up po. We offer, we can suggest programs for you. Sige po, questions. Any questions, guys? Sobrang tahimik. Ms. Lobe, I think everything is clear, no? Kasi walang nagtatanong.
Nako, tayo magtanong sa kanila. Raise your hands, guys. So, uy, huwag kayo mahiya. Nako, open your mic, magtanong kayo, di ba? Tapos, really, really welcome, di ba? Nerissa, do you have questions? Nerissa is here, oh, she attended. I told her she doesn't have. So,
Yes,
so
good
busy.
evening sa lahat.
Hi, Nerissa. O, diba? Yan. So, Nerissa could answer your questions as well. She's part of our team
Yes.
in Global
Yes,
University.
so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Nako, si Nerissa, she's one of the experts in the industry. Ang taas-taas ang visa approval rate ko dyan.
Yes. Wala magtatanong?
Diba surprising ha? Wala nagtatanong. No, don't be shy guys. No, welcome kayo.
Okay, Miss
Ito, ask a question.
yeah, we have Miss Maria Sheila Lofranco. Yes, you can go ahead, ma'am. Just unmute your mic and ask question po.
Hello, Sir Fritz and Ma'am
Hi.
Logie and
Hi,
everyone.
Sheila.
Yes, kana ang question nako is aside agtong mga gi-mention ganina nga mga tuition, it
Mhm.
is really clear nga kana ang first semester at least mabayaran siya ahead of time. So my question is pila gyud tanan-tanan ang magasto apil na ang processing and katong mga ticket and kuan ang katutanan.
Mm.
Kung at least
Okay, so for the tuition fee, okay, that is like how much is the tuition fee for the 1-year program, Miss Lobby? That's 15
Oo, on the average 15, di ba?
on the
Usually yung
average
business
15.
program at saka yung global business nasa 14,900 plus yun. May
Okay.
total. Tapos,
Yeah.
pero all in na siya, di ba? Kasama na yung
Mm-mm.
health insurance, kasama na yung miscellaneous fees na yan. So,
Mm-mm.
again, so makikita mo na tawag dito na parang we're pretty much the lowest in Toronto. Alam ni Fred yan kasi namin yung school na hawak sa Toronto.
Mm-mm. So to answer your questions, Miss Sheila, about kung magkano yung total. So in terms of the tuition fee, although that's roughly 15,000 CAD, but you really do not have to pay the whole tuition fee, like what Miss Lobby discussed earlier. We can even Miss Lobby, they can pay us initially a minimum of 3,000 CAD, okay, just to start off. But yun nga, sabi ni Miss Lobby, once let's say your visa is approved, the requirement the government of Canada is you really need to pay kung magkano yung balance ng first semester, because for the 1-year program there are 2 semesters, diba? So yun, so 3,000 CAD na for the for the tuition fee. Now for the rest of the expenses, that would be like siguro if it depends, if you're a single applicant, meaning to say you have no spouse and children, so you're traveling or applying alone. So roughly in terms of the processing fee, the medical fee, the visa fee, and the biometrics fee, you just have to prepare siguro mga roughly mga 200,000 pesos. Just that's an estimate, okay? That's an estimate. So yun. So if you include na siguro the initial tuition fee deposit, just prepare between 350 to 400,000 pesos. So that will cover your expenses in terms of applying for student visa. No, we're not including airfare. You mentioned earlier about kung kasama na bang airfare. We're not including that because obviously airfare has nothing to do with the decision of the visa approval. So you actually just have to prepare that once you are, once you know already if na-approve na yung visa mo. But just to give you an idea, for the airfare, since you will only be purchasing a one-way ticket, hindi siya round trip. So one way ngayon, it ranges also from 80 to 120,000 pesos. So medyo pricey siya ngayon, like after I understand we're still on the pandemic stage, but like compared to the pre-pandemic, before the pandemic, you can actually get like 40 to 50,000 pesos just for one way. But now, based on my experience with my current students who got approved, most of them purchase a ticket between 80 to 120,000 pesos po. So siguro you can make it a budget of 500,000 pesos for the initial expenses that you need to prepare.
Thank you so much, Sir Fritz. Kana ang napaday additional question.
Yes, ma'am.
Assuming nga kana ang nanakoy kuan kanang na-approve na in dayon of course maabot na ko dito sa Canada na Kana ang tabangan sad ko og kanang pangita sa balay nga akong puy-an.
Okay. So that's a good question. Actually, Miss Sheila is asking, no, for those Tagalog people here. She was asking if, like, once her visa is approved, like, do we also help our students in looking for an accommodation? So to answer your question, Miss Sheila, yes, that's also part of our service. Number one, what you can do is, of course, like if you already know that your visa is approved, then that's the best time to look for an accommodation. You can just go ahead and check online. We can also help you with that. Miss Lobby with Fleming College, do they also like have this kind of assistance for their international students coming in, Fleming? Yeah, because for most of the schools, they actually have these student services, and that's also part of their service. No, and just to give you also an idea, one way that our students did, like say if they already got approved, if you're familiar with Airbnb, like they book Airbnb maybe for a couple of weeks, and then doon na po sila maghanap ng matutuluyan sa Canada. So yun po.
Thank you, sir. I'm so excited.
Yes, but that's why I suggested to you that since you are very eligible, so you can go ahead and start your application at talaga. Since I understand that you also wanted to like take a January intake, no? So that's very near na. All right. So do you have further questions, Ms. Sheila, before I proceed with other questions?
Wala na, sir. Katurag gyud ang ako ang question if pila gyud tanan-tanan kay
Okay.
ako
Don't worry.
sige.
Right after this webinar, I'll go ahead and send you an email to give you, the exact details and the costing back, but at least you have the full idea. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So we have a question here also from Miss Stephanie Alquiza. She's asked, like she's telling us that she's already 40 years old, with 20 years. What's this? With I am already past 40 years old with 20 years. What are my chances to be granted a student permit? Okay, now to ask that question in terms of age, di ba, Ms. Lobby, in terms of age, we really do not have any requirement, no, because they do not do age discrimination.
Correct.
So
Hindi, at saka ito ha, ang maganda, Fred, sa mga postgraduate certificate,
mm-mm,
perfect yan sa mga mature student.
right,
Okay? Mga
correct.
40 years old. Project management, kasi nga, like for example, it's a management role. So
Mhm.
again, this is actually perfect for mature students. So hindi kayo pagtatakahan ng immigration niya na tawag dito, o bakit ka kumukuha ng project management? Diba?
Mhm.
Kasi nga, di ba, I wanted to go to a management role or I wanted to enhance my management, and the
Mhm.
same with global business management. So again, it's perfect for mature students.
Yes, and to give you an idea, also like what I've heard, no, that applicant is also coming from Cebu. Like his age is 56 years old, and he was still, I mean, he was granted student visa. So diba? So pwede pa. All right. So another question here. Oh, wala dong marinig si Vivo user. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why, but I think everyone inside here are able to hear. Okay, before I, go to this other question, we have Guadalupe Dances. You can go ahead and mute your mic if you want to ask question. Oh no, wala. Okay. Okay, Guadalupe Dances, can you hear me? You want to ask question? You have a question? Just unmute your mic po. Okay, I'm not sure if he's hearing me, but okay, let's go to Sir Jake Tabora. How much is the estimate house rent for the whole year? So, Miss Lobby, like, do you have an idea how much is the rental per month in Canada, in Ontario?
Alam mo, depende yun sa bahay, di ba, where you wanted to rent. Ganito na lang. Usually, ang mababa na kwarto, kasi usually room for rent o homestay yung tinatawag nila, di ba? Mga $500 Canadian, may iba na 400 din sa Toronto, pero karamihan nasa 500, 600 yan, okay? So i-times 12 mo na siya if you're gonna rent a room. But if you're gonna rent a house, it costs around 1,500 Canadian dollars if you're gonna bring your whole family. And again, depende rin yan sa locations, di ba? Kung saan yung mga bahay nyo. So yung downtown area, parang yung Makati area natin o Cebu area dyan sa center, medyo mahal ng konti, di ba? Ng ganyan-ganyan.
Okay. All right. So yes, Guadalupe. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, hindi ko na umpisahan yung Zoom meeting.
Mhm.
Pero naabutan ko yung discussion about magkano ang lahat-lahat na babayaran. Gusto ko lang itanong ulit, 500,000 is pwede na? For the
Yeah, the 500,000 like parang ano siya, like that's it's a budget na, like if you will include na siguro the fare, I mean the airline ticket rather, no? So that should be okay na. But syempre, in terms of tuition fee, what's inclusive doon sa estimate lang na 500K, because someone is asking about kung magkano yung total here. So like the 500K is already inclusive of the initial tuition fee deposit, yung mga expenses, yung processing fee and all, and the airline ticket. So if you're single, so that's more or less well, I'm sure it should be less than 500,000. So yun.
Okay. Question pa, sir.
Mhm.
I have common law. May dalawa
Mhm.
kaming anak.
Okay.
So, ever I filed student SP.
Mm.
So, pwede ko ba silang iiwan ko muna, then, pero kasama sila sa filing, then, mag-follow na lang sila sa akin. Kasi yung partner ko is a seaman.
Mhm.
So, meron pang kontrata. So, possible po ba yan na susunod na lang po sila pero kasama sila sa kontrata ko?
Yes. So if you were going to do that, that's very possible, but you just have to make sure po na kunwari yung open work permit, which is your spouse and your other dependents, should follow you within 1 year. Or within
Within-
6 to 1 year, yeah. Para at least, kasi may expiration yung visa, dapat gamitin siya.
So, pwede silang magkasama ng mga anak namin.
Yeah, so mauna ka muna, okay, and siguro mga after 6 months, follow sila. Pwede.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
Thank
welcome
you.
po. Okay, who else wants to ask questions? Ms. Nerissa, maybe you wanted to add more about the question of Ms. Guadalupe?
Regarding the common law.
Yes, kung like they wanted her plan was to like apply. I mean, the application will be submitted all together, and then let's say if everything, I mean, all of them got approved. So like yung plan niya is mauna muna siya, and then siguro after 6 months to follow lang yung dependents niya, si open work permit. So that's possible, is it?
Yes, it's very possible. So for practicality, okay naman po yung plano ninyo na ikaw muna yung pupunta. So the moment, kasi yun nga lang, di ba, we need budget and so on and so forth. At sabi ko nga kanina, your common law partner is a seaman, di ba? So
Mhm.
hindi siya ganun kadali to apply kaagad with
Ms. Nerissa, na parang na nawala yung na-mute ka ata.
Nakat po ba? Ito, can you
Okay,
hear
okay
me?
na. Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
now. Yeah.
So, yun. So, please note na when you apply for a study visa, yung family niyo po, yung common law with your child, kasama rin po sila sa application. Kasi you will provide documents yung mga documents nila. It's not just for your visa, but of course, sa school rin po kasi mag-fill kayo ng mga details like application forms and so on and so forth. So the school as well, of course, mag-a-ask kami ng like sa health insurance ninyo, information ninyo, aside sa addresses and so on. So it's for practicality, yes, okay lang po yung plano ninyo na ikaw muna. And then eventually, kapag may study visa na po kayo, they can follow. So for common law, wala naman pong like restrictions, like hindi niyo siya masasama. But you just have to note na may mga dapat na specific documents na dapat niyo i-provide for the common law partnership and also with your child in case. So yun
Okay.
po.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Nerissa. Very helpful. That's a very
Welcome
good.
po.
I know. Okay, so we also have a question here coming from Stephanie Alquiza. How much po ang estimate na show money for single person or student? Okay, so like I have a computation for that. Okay, I mean maybe some of you or all of you might be asking about show money because this is also very important because this is also one of the major requirement whenever you apply for student visa. So for the show money, this is how I compute it. It should be the total tuition fee plus living expenses. So say for example, if the applicant is single, okay, so let's just base if that person is getting a 1-year program under Flemming College, so 15,000 CAD sample. So 15,000 CAD, you just have to deduct kung magkano yung initial payment mo or down payment with the tuition fee. So let's say you paid 3,000. So yung magiging total balance mo with Flemming College, the tuition fee is 12,000 CAD, right? Because you paid 3,000. Okay, so 12,000 is your total balance for the tuition fee. Now, the other part is living expenses. So when you say living expenses, this is referring to your, well, obviously expenses, whatever expenses that you will incur on your first year stay in Canada. The government of Canada actually is requiring 10,000 Canadian dollars as a budget for 1 year. So that's roughly mga, let's say if it's times 40 pesos, that's 400,000. So 10,000 CAD plus kung magkano yung 12,000, I mean, magkano yung balance ng tuition fee, that's 12,000. So that's 22,000 CAD. So you just multiply that, let's say 40 pesos. So kung ano ang figure, ano yung total niyan, that should be your, what do you call this? Required show money. So let's say 1M. However, the logic here is that the more funds you show, the higher ang chances of your approval. Okay? So if meron ka namang mga tinatago siyang mga additional pa na funds, you can definitely show it para mas higher ang chances of approval. Okay? Now, Fritz, what about married? Like if I wanted to bring my kids, I wanted to bring my spouse. So ganito yung computation din. It's the same thing. Total tuition fee plus si student, di ba, 10,000 CAD siya. Now, if kasama si spouse, you have to add 4,000 CAD and additional 3,000 CAD per child. So it depends on how many children you have. So you do the math, okay? So that's the computation for the show money, all right? So I hope I answered your question, Stephanie Alquiza. Realme, good evening po sa lahat. Ask ko lang po if single ka, tas mag-apply ka for student permit, then na-approve siya, possible ba na makuha mo rin parents mo? If your status is student, if single ka, wala kang madideclare kasi na dependent unless if you are married, so yung dependents mo is your spouse and your children. However, looking forward, if you enter Canada as an international student and eventually you become a PR, then that's the time you can actually sponsor your parents to come to Canada as PR, but that would be a different process, okay? All right, I'm just giving you the idea though, Realme. By the way, siguro next time if you're attending the webinar, I mean, just to address you properly, let's use our name, okay? All right. Okay, so who else is asking here? Ayan, lumalabas ng mga questions kanina. Very silent sila, Miss Lobby. Okay, so question
Diba?
here.
Happy. Nako,
Mm-mm.
go.
Okay, so question from Ma'am Sheila. Sir, how about naman po sa tinatawag na show money? Oh, okay, I think I answered that already earlier. Okay, and then Guadalupe is also asking, Sir, upon filing our application, do we need to pay na ba the total budget for us to follow na lang po na aalis na siya? Well, if your plan po, Miss Guadalupe, is you wanted to apply I mean, you lodge the application all together, then you have to you have to pay na po, no? But you have also other option, like if you wanted to apply na mauna ka muna and it's bali yung application mo na muna ang i-lodge, pwede yun. You don't have to pay for the application fee and whatever fees for your dependents and your spouse. Or like once you're there na and then you decide na gusto mo na sila kukunin, then that's the time that they will apply. That's the time they pay for whatever expenses that will incur on their application. So that's two options for you. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think I answered the questions now. So any other questions, guys? All right, so while you are thinking of your additional question, just to let you know that Access Direct Visa is actually Cebu based. We are located in at the 9th floor of Mabuhay Tower IT Park, Lahug, Cebu City. So if you are from Cebu and if you wanted to set an appointment and to do a one-on-one discussion, please feel free to let us know so we could book an appointment. And also, I'd like to take this opportunity as well that ano ba tayo ngayon? We are September 6, 7, 8. 2 days more to go. We will be opening our satellite office together with our partner, Journey Beyond Time. Okay, I think Ma'am Pat, Miss Pat is here with us. So if you are coming from the Batangas area, we will definitely be able to assist you already. You can, visit our office there to set an appointment so we could be able to help you in your Canadian journey, Canadian dream. Okay. All right, any more questions? Okay, question from Miss Jenna Lu. Ano po ang first step na gawin para po makapag-apply? Ano yung mga requirements? Okay, so the first thing for you to be able to start the application, you really have to prepare the basic requirements like what Ms. Loby mentioned earlier. No, we just need a copy of your TOR and your diploma. Obviously, you also need a copy of your passport. What else? An MOI, since Flemming College and the rest of the schools actually that's being handled by Ms. Loby doesn't require IELTS. So instead of IELTS, you just have to request MOI, that's medium of instruction. It's an English certificate. You can actually request that from your school registrar, the same way on how you request for your TOR and diploma. Okay, so that's it. And of course, if you wish already to start with your application, then if you wanted Access Direct Visa to assist you and to guide you all throughout from day one up until lodging or submission of your application, then our processing fee, that's the 80,000 pesos for single and then 95,000 for family application. That's actually our processing fee, and we will require that for us to be able to start with our services. Syempre, we will be doing a contract signing, and that's also the time, Ms. Jenelu, that we will be calling you. Our processing and documentations team will call you to thoroughly discuss kung ano-ano yung mga requirements po. All right. Okay. Adrian, what about po sa paggawa ng SOP or statement of purpose? May mag-help po for the proofread and tips. Definitely. Should I say that's already part of our service? SOP, by the way, guys, that is a statement of purpose or study plan. Kung baga, kung like, di ba, if you're doing MBA, merong tinatawag na thesis, di ba? So parang thesis yan, yung SOP. So you have to explain in writing why you still wanted to study in Canada, and then how can you help Canada? What are your future plans? Lahat. So that's part of our service, and we are going to assist you with that as well. Okay, Mampasag. Actually, Mampasag is already our client now, and I've heard that we will be doing our program with Flemming College, no? Hopefully, Mampasag. Yes, yes po. The same thing with the letter of intent po for the open work permit. Yes. Go na natin to, ma'am. Oo, dapat. Okay, who else? Who else wants to ask? What about others? We have Gwen. Who else hasn't asked questions? Marvick. We have Miai. Sir Chris. Oh, Sir Chris is here. Hi, Sir Chris. Miss Karen. Who else? Who else wants to ask questions? Wala na? Kung wala
Ay.
na, yes po, Miss Guadalupe.
Yes. Sir, nasa Cebu kayo nag-base, sir, no? Wala ba kayong area sa Manila po?
For the Manila office, as of now, we do not have. Just to explain this, no, I understand that that's also our main concern. Na we are Cebu based, and then you are from Manila or you are outside Cebu. Just to think of it, we even was able to help applicants who are outside Philippines. Outside Cebu pa kaya, di ba?
Okay.
Why? Because the application is done online. Everything is done online. Like in terms of documentations, you really don't have to come to the office. You can go ahead and scan the original documents and email that to us for us to be able to review. And then once everything is complete, then that's the time that we will lodge or submit your application. And it's also done online. So yun, so wala talagang problema in terms of distance. And siguro the only time po na you are going or you are required to do what do you call this? Face to face is when embassy requires you to undergo biometrics. You need to go to their visa center to submit your biometrics. And also once you are advised to do medical na, that's the time that you have to go to this specific accredited clinics under the Canadian Embassy. Yun lang po.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
You're welcome po. Hi, Sir Chris. You have questions, sir? Start na tayo, Sir Chris. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for tonight. No, we really appreciate. Miss Lobby, is there anything else that you wanted to add, Paul, before we end our session tonight?
I just wish them luck and hope to see you all in Canada. Right?
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so again, for everyone who attended tonight, salamat, daghang salamat sa inyong time. And we hope that we could be your partners in achieving your Canadian dream. Thank you, and you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.